fortune favors the bold. The biting cold stings my face as I peer into the darkness. My heart is racing, but it's now or never, so I jump into the incoming shells and bullets.
All the objectives must be destroyed.
Somehow, I manage to survive, and as I land I begin charging across the snow. Sirens blare in the distance, and as my allies and I close with the enemy, gunfire rips through the night. Our objective is to attack these bunkers and destroy them, but enemy resistance is already heavier than expected.
Excellent work. Objective Able has been destroyed.
Falling into the snow, I fire at the enemies on the western side of the map while trying to avoid their return fire. I continue to move around slowly, attempting to fire on targets as they become available. Seeing an opportunity, I stand up and charge with the rest of my squad. An explosion lights up the night as Objective B is destroyed. We make multiple attempts to take Objective C, but the enemy is well entrenched and pushes us back each time. We are unable to gain any meaningful advantage, and Day 1 sees us suffering defeat. As the morning breaks on Day 2, we begin to attack the enemy with renewed ferocity. Changing tactics, I bring out the sniper rifle this time. I soon realize I'm completely surrounded, but I manage to shoot quite a few soldiers before I am discovered and finally killed. Later that day, while we are assaulting a train yard, I managed to pin down and kill a small group of enemy soldiers attempting to regroup. Despite our success in overtaking the train yard, we are unable to take all of the objectives, and day 2 is a complete loss.
The Germans have effectively stopped our advance.
We approach day 3 with optimism and eagerly set upon the enemy defenders.
Their defensive position in the mountains will be hard to assail, but the fortunes of war favor the brave.
I charge up the mountain, eager to get into battle and get vengeance for the last 2 days. Our assault quickly bogs down, and we find ourselves in a long, drawn-out battle of attrition. We attempt to throw down a smokescreen to try and cover our assault and break out, but the enemy responds with a massive bombing attack. I am constantly forced to fall back, as the unrelenting incoming enemy fire makes forward movement nearly impossible. Trying to get a new perspective on the enemy position, I decide to climb a nearby rock face to use as a vantage point. As bombs continue to erupt around our position, I fire into any enemies attempting to cross the ridge. However, when my ammo gets low, I am forced to fall back to resupply.
Lost objective Charlie.
I realize that the enemy has taken a commanding lead of all of the objectives on the map, and we must do something soon, or this battle will be lost. I quickly charge across this small open area, attempting to find a separate venue to attack from. Sensing that our momentum is shifting, we all begin to charge over the ridge and towards the enemy forces. I consider continuing to charge towards Objective B with the rest of my team, but I notice that we are being outflanked and the enemy is taking back Objective A as we speak.
We're losing objective A. We have now taken the objective Vega.
Realizing that Objective A is completely overrun with enemy forces, I regroup with my own and we attack Objective D. I resupply at this newly captured objective before moving on to take others. Every nice deed does not go unpunished, and this soldier helping resupply me does not go unpunished either. The bomb lands directly between us, sending his body catapulting through the air and taking over half of my health. We continue to aggressively push forward and eventually overrun and capture Objective E. I see an opportunity to punish the enemy airplanes, and so I jump into the nearby anti-aircraft gun. I don't have much time to put it to good use, however, before I'm shot from the incoming enemy forces. Although we fought valiantly, the enemy's entrenched positions proved to be too well defended, and after several days of hard fighting, we are forced to withdraw.